Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Peasant chat, poor people chat, where we talk to poor people that have no money. We started the peasant chat because we used to be a little inundated with paid questions on Tuesdays. And then the peasant chat, the peasants were mad. They're like, oh my God, you didn't answer my question. I have to say it 15 times. And I'm like, I'm sorry. People are actually paying. And then we used to do it for free on Sundays. Then it got too busy there too. Started charging. Then we added YDBT daily because why the hell not? Today, we're going to talk about the latest recall that Ford put out there on the 2024 Mustang regarding a barrel nut of some sorts that retains the clutch line. And according to the recall, that barrel nut or whatever is not retaining the clutch line properly, and it can cause the line to rub against the manifold, the exhaust manifold, and potentially cause a fire. There was a TikTok video going around with a guy talking about the fact that a guy caught one of his dark horses, manual cars only, obviously, that caught on fire because the brake line burst, made the brake fluid go all over the hot manifold, and it caught on fire. So they're now supposedly issuing recalls for that. Guys, you gotta understand, a lot of people are going to be rah-rahing this car, and that's fine. I get it. They need to be on Team Ford to get Ford access, to get favorable treatment by parts companies that need to sell this shit. Hell, there's a fucking YouTuber that's getting given wheels, tires, blowers, exhaust. Basically, he is now tied to a parts company. And that's the problem in this racing and performance and racing industry world, where you need sponsors to race, but at the end of the day, you are now beholden to those sponsors. And at the end of the day, you are going to have to toe the company line. Whatever they say goes, and you are now their spokesperson. So we can talk about the recall. We can talk about the pitfalls of becoming a industry shill, where you get given a part and you can't talk truth on it because it was given to you for free. We'll do that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people here.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That's right. It always sucks. DNA Hat Performance, the online parts house for the show, the best sponsor we got here. They sell you Amory cups, they injectors, they have Cobra shit too. It blows my mind. Wheels, tires, you name it. Fuel systems, injectors, PMAS, cold air intake, you name it, they got it. Calimer Transmission, CalimerTransmission.com. Calimer looks like he's hired a couple of people. Is going to get ramping up on business over there at Calimer Transmission now that manual Mustangs are exploding and catching on fire in 2024. LMP, late model performance, LMP of MD. They have my Corvette. My Corvette is there. They're going to look it over. If it shows up with a little choppity chop, I'm mad about it, but I ain't going to pay shit. Late model performance. PMAS, take the PMAS, the best cold air intake on the market. The only cold air intake I recommend. Please don't buy any other cold air intakes for any car unless it's a PMAS cold air intake. PlatformParkshop.com. Not only do they pay their bill, but it is the go-to place if you want to get cranker pallets, blower takeoffs, motors, transmissions, parts like center consoles, dashes, steering wheels, you name it. Used parts. Basically a high-end junkyard that ships you shit. MFP of Australia, 2 Auto Solution, Rami's on 2 Auto Solution, and Bellac. If you sell drugs and you want everyone to fucking know it, you get yourself a set of Bellac wheels. Caleb backwards. Let's get after it. Let's say hi to the people here. We'll talk about 15 minutes or so just to get you caught up on what's going on, give you a fair amount updates, give you S197 updates with the catch can video. A lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't have gotten those fittings. Those fittings are crap. Shut the fuck up. I put whatever the fuck I want on my shit. Ain't nobody fucking giving me shit to push. Hey, yo. Nick, D-Rock Fox, Neon Fellows, B. Levesh, Clean 93 GT, NDLE, Monty 540 GT Mustang. Does this work? Make sure this thing works. Okay, that works. Cayo Bravo, JD Swag, Coyote Kelly, Clint Stroke, Victor Sardone, 956, cuz, puro pinche. 956, a la verga, cuz.
Puro pinche 956, a la verga.
Phil Fez, Jackson, Alfredo Diaz, Cody Troiner, CJM, D-Rock Fox, Bryson Whip, Mark Christensen, Lee Munillo. What the fuck? Why don't you just put a normal name up there? Like Larry, Lee Muninol, 13 Pro Cal, 3rd Boxy Luxury, Cody Jones, John Jones, Mike S, Hater Powered a bunch of times, Paul Ponthieu a bunch of times, 90 Cobra, Victor Sardone, Hater Powered, Paul Ponthieu again, Murad Karatepe, Victor Sardone, Amir, Ken Phillips, Hater Powered 5,000 times, Jesus Christ, Izzy R, I Almost Had You, Dina High Performance, Evan Smith, Mark Jadrich, Anthony La Pulga, Bradley, Mr. Jimmy James, what's up, brother? You still with that cute blonde chick? I hope you are. ADH D says hello. Even I, Nat Jew, Harley Gonzalez, Matt Benoit, Hater Powered again. Jesus Christ, give the keyboard a break. Josh Roy, Wonderful RTR, Submission, the P51 intake, good Alex? Nope, it's trash. More Pews, more Boost, Amir Zar, Timo, I don't know why you would even ask this question on this fucking chat. So, on TikTok, I'm not a TikTok guy, but there's a guy on TikTok and he's actually on YouTube Shorts and stuff like that, and he does nice little 1 or 2 minute videos of the news that are happening in the automotive industry. Take a listen for 1 minute. He'll get you caught up really well. He does a really good job, kind of just giving you a quick, brief, minute-long video of what's happening in the automotive industry. And the latest is the recall of the 2024 Mustang manual car.
The 2024 Ford Mustang is being recalled, but only the ones with a manual transmission. Earlier last week, Car Scoops reported that a customer's brand new Mustang Dark Horse burnt to the ground back in April after his clutch pedal failed, sticking to the floor, basically staying in the depressed position. Thankfully, the customer was able to pull the car over. Nobody was hurt or anything. And I have to say kudos to Ford because they bought the car back from the customer, covering everything, including any taxes paid and the mods that were done to the car. They also got him set up with a replacement in just a few weeks. Now, the reason that I tell you this is because it is assumed that that car that caught fire was a victim of what this new recall is all about, which affects 8,161 2024 Ford Mustangs that might have a missing or improperly installed barrel nut that attaches the clutch pressure line to the firewall. If that is the case, the line can make contact with an exhaust component, causing it to melt, which can, of course, cause brake fluid to leak, and if it's hot enough, that will cause the fire. Thankfully, Ford figured this out, and the owners will be notified by mail on June 17th, at which point they'll bring their cars in to be inspected at their local dealer.
So, of course, I hit up Ben Calmer. Ben Calmer owned a 2024 Mustang GT with a manual, and I'm like, hey, did you experience any kind of barrel nut silliness when it comes to, the retaining line, the retaining system for the line? He goes, no, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So he goes ahead and shows me a picture of his. He did install a braided line on it. So this on the bottom here, he's like, no, what I took out was like the regular retaining clip situation that's been on these things forever. So he's like, but mine has a braided line, so maybe Ford should actually pony up some money and get a braided line in there so they don't have this issue. So when I looked up barrel nut, I don't know what the fuck the 2024 Mustang has going on, but when they said barrel nut, I'm like, what? Like, this is what the S197 clutch retaining mechanism looks like. It's more of a, I don't know, just like a little clip that holds in line, and it is a little sus, let's be honest, because when you're depressing the pedal and you're pressurizing the slave cylinder, you're putting a decent amount of pressure in that line, and this little clip right here, it's your only line of defense when it comes to, what's keeping the line in. But when they said barrel nut, I was a little kind of confused as to how exactly it attaches. I talked to Ben Calmer. He wasn't really sure about what the fuck they were talking about. But let's just have some real talk here. This car comes at the heels of nothing but issues at Ford. Ford, by Jim Farley's actual estimation, is that the quality is trash. He literally said, I wish our quality was better. We talk all this shit about, we talk a lot of positive about it being the last car that's going to be a pony car, muscle car, whatever. But let's be honest, the 10R80 has been a dud because of the amount of issues that it's had, not only in the Mustang platform, but the F-150 platform. And I'm sure Expedition, Jake Long at Power by the Hour has an Expedition. It has nothing but 10R80 issues. He's like, this thing it's just stupid. And it is a bone stock, untuned, regular run-of-the-mill Expedition, soccer mom car. And he's like, what the hell's going on? Why do I have issues with this 10R80? His truck at 800 wheel already has 10R80 issues. He went racing 2 or 3 times, and it has less than, I want to say, maybe 20,000 miles on the transmission, and about 7,000 of them were just NA, and he's had issues. So, and, a lot of the cars that I drove, even rental cars, and there is a 10R80 truck at Power by the Hour that's an EcoBoost truck, it's had nothing but issues. So now, the retaining clip, or the retaining barrel nut that supposedly keeps the line in, can pop off and supposedly catch the car on fire. Luckily, not all of them have hit the streets, but I'm kind of blown away when people make fun of the fact that I call this thing a dud. It doesn't run as quick as the previous generation mod for mod. Stock, all the way to modded, It does not run the same number the previous generation does. It runs a slightly slower number. For it being a newer car, you would think that it would be, I don't know, an improvement. So this is what we talk about having a monopoly. Once you don't have any competition nipping at your heels, you're going to just kind of give them whatever, and the people are just going to have to take it. You're going to spit in their face and go, this is all they got. So you either stick with this or you change platforms. And boy, have I seen a lot of people change platforms. Not everyone wants to get a Whipple in their car. Not everyone wants to gut their car, put a 200 shot on it, headers with no tune, a check engine light, and live with a low 10-second, high 9-second car. A lot of people are switching over to Subaru. A lot of people switching over to German. A lot of people switching over to the Japanese market, like with Supras and things that you can modify today. I'm not going to go as far as to say as people are buying Nissans. But let's just say they're either sticking to what they have, or if they want to be on the new car game, the new car wave, they switch platforms for Mustang. So then you have Jim Farley out there joining some kind of stupid fucking race league. You know, let's talk about CEOs. Elon Musk. If you are a SpaceX fan, you know what happened Friday or Thursday. It was the 6th, so Friday. Or Thursday or Friday. Starship took off. They launched a building, okay? A fucking skyscraper. They launched it into the sky. It separated from the ship. The ship kept going. The skyscraper turned around and landed perfectly softly in the ocean, okay? Then the ship, suborbital, re-entered. Half of its flap was missing. The motherfucker still made it to a soft splashdown. Do you see him doing stupid shit out there while the company is literally burning? If SpaceX was on the verge of having major issues, major collapses, major product issues, you don't think that motherfucker is going to be sleeping there going, I want to make sure I right this ship. When Tesla had issues, he was there for 2 years fixing the manufacturing issues. What is Jim Farley doing? Joining a fucking race league. And I'm blown away by that. So that's why I've been talking this way for a little bit, for over maybe 2 years, how Ford is just going south and Jim Farley has to go, because we need a doer in there, not a politician, not a figurehead. We need a doer in there that doesn't have a wig. And this guy, being the head of the fucking company, has just instilled no confidence. Like if I was on the board, I go, hey, what the fuck are you doing to right this ship? Now Mustangs are burning. It's the last one. It's the last muscle pony car. You shouldn't be having any issues with this fucking car. It's the only one. There is nothing left to compete against. Why is it catching on fire? This proves to me that a lot of you that think that Ford specifically tests these cars with a bunch of torture tests, highway tests, racing, all this shit, this proves that they don't do that. A retaining clip being such a minuscule thing to hold a pressurized hydraulic line in place, pops off, burns the car down. Really? That's where we're fucking at? Yes. And I've said forever that Jim Farley has to go. Joining a goddamn race league. Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm blown away that people just accept it. But people do. Because in this industry, people have their hand out like this. They just want clout. They just want representation. They just want companies to give them shit. And companies lie to you, tell you the parts are good because it has a high margin. They give it to your favorite clout chaser, and all of a sudden you buy it, put it in your car that you bought with your hard-earned money, and the part doesn't perform like you were told it could perform. Like, let's just talk about, I don't know, oil pump gears. There's one huge name that everyone says is great, and I go, in my experience, it's fucking trash. But because I say it's trash, and every big parts house pushes it down everyone's asshole and say it's the best. No, it gives you the best margin. So they upsell you on something you don't need, like oil pump gears. You put it in your car, all of a sudden your car's down oil pressure. All of a sudden your tension is going away on the VCT, the cam chains, all that stuff is losing tension. It's making slapping sounds. Your oil pressure light's coming on. What's going on? I was told it was the best. And then when someone like me, just some nobody, goes out there and says, no, they're shit, I don't name the name because they love to get litigious. But when I go out there and say, no, they fucking suck, all of a sudden they go, what the fuck does he know? Just like you saw my motor build on the GT500. Gave the person a shot. All you get is one shot with me. And once I gave him that shot and he proved to me that his, let's just say, attention to detail is less than desirable, and his thought process on key cutting is adopted across the board on that platform. All 4-valve motor builders, Cobra 2-valve, and GT500, all of them subscribe to key cutting to get that little extra clearance. And it's okay because the bolt will retain it the rest of the way. Then why even have a key at all? Why not just file the key all the way off and have infinite adjustment? Why have a key there at all? I started popping off. Every asshole on the GT500 forum and Todd Warren cams who doesn't know a fuck all about shit, I suggest you never buy a Todd Warren cam. How's that? You want to fuck with me? You want to say I don't know shit? No problem. If this show is not influential and nobody cares, not one motherfucker should buy a Todd Warren cam. Everyone should buy an L&M NSR cam and be done with it. So not one motherfucker should buy a Todd Warren cam, because the thought process that they carry to the platform is to cut keys. So if this show doesn't matter, I can't imagine it's going to hurt business at all. But in the 3 or 4 months from now, if you all of a sudden see your graph go from this steady to like a slow downward drop, remember, this show said it. Absolutely do not buy any of those cams, because the person that built or is making those cams subscribes to key cutting. Unbelievable. We'll talk about that. We can talk about the S197 catch can stuff. We talk about the Fairmont. Got the motor transmission in. I got my Turbo 400 back that was in the GT500, which is now getting a Coyote, and get that 4-valve shit out of there because of people like that think it's okay to cut keys and say, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll just shove a Coyote in it, run that 8, and buy going. Just let's talk about it. We got Evan Smith says, don't forget to loose tie rods. To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't want to mod anything other than a Roadrunner or a second-gen Coyote. It's getting to the point that a Gen 2 Coyote 15 to 17 and a Boss S197 is the platform, or are the platforms that you want to mod. Why? S197 God motor, Roadrunner. It's a transmission upgrade and some suspension work away with TSS oil pump gears to be a car that you can make 850 to 900 with boost and fuel. Again, oil pump gears, crank sprocket, Ben Calmer Stage 3, Vengeance, whatever clutch you want to put in there, good drive shaft and some suspension work. That sucker's going to go 9s. It's going to run 9s. It's going to last you a long time. The motor is a God tier motor. Or 15 to 17 Mustang. You have the option of going MT82. You have a better ride quality because it's IRS. And you have the option to get a 6R80 in there. Fully built by Power by the Hour. You have the ability to go 8s on a stock motor. Again, oil pump gears, crank sprocket, boost, fuel, and maybe a billet forward planetary by Blue Streak. And this car is going to go 8s with boost and fuel. I don't want a Gen 3. Gen 3 have camera version issues now, right? You're just idling at a light, chilling. All of a sudden, drops off. Idles, drops off, and it's done. And you're like, what the hell happened? Alex, I think it's a tune issue. Actually, no. Look at your intake cam. Your intake cam is losing phasing control. And mine did that bone stock without a tune. And then when I put a tune in it, it didn't help or hurt it. It just continued to be the same. And I said, this sucks. I'm not a big fan of the Gen 3 of the camera version issue. Then you had fork issues on the MT82 D4. Then you had 10R80 issues. And then if you had a fully built, you name it, 10R80, and you're making over 1,000, it lasts you 8 runs, 9 runs, maybe half a season. Gen 2, S197 Boss. And if you're a little broke on the broke side, a GT is fine, knowing that your limits are going to be about 750 horsepower because of the rods. Douche did it says 4 transmissions are junk. 2024 F-153.5, that thing couldn't make up its own mind on what gear it wanted. Same with my 2023 small Transit. Same issue. I guess that company has some... I'm telling you, if you say the wrong word, they send you cease and desists. So that's why I'm just going to say this. The best oil pump gears out there for all Coyote platforms are either stuff from Ford Racing that comes in GT500s, 2020 and up GT500s, crank sprocket, oil pump gears, and oil pump, or TSS oil pump gears. I wish TSS would ramp up I don't know who makes their stuff, but I wish they would ramp up their production because there's always seems to be like a slight delay or back order situation with the oil pump gears because they're that good. The EDM stuff is electronic something, whatever the fuck. But the way they're cut, there's less scoring marks on them. The machining is just wonderful. So if I didn't mention any oil pump gear company in that name, avoid all those oil pump companies. Oil pump gear companies. It's going to be Ford stuff, OEM stuff, GT500 stuff, or TSS, plain and simple. Dearborn, Michigan bubble is the reason Farley is ignoring the company burning. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Maybe you have some insider information. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Nick Santarpia, Mr. FIC himself. How was the visit to the Lunds? So the Lunds, the nice thing about going to the Lunds is this. When I'm in the ticket system, I wonder if I'm the only one having these issues. See, when you work remotely and a little disconnected from home base, you feel, you have this overriding feeling that you're high maintenance, right? I'm in the ticket system and I'm like, shit, I'm having an issue with this guy's order. Hey guys, I hesitate. I do hesitate to hit them up about issues. I go up there, dude, it's nonstop. It's not just me. There are customers that, not even customers. There are people that ask you a question about tuning. They drag as much information out of you as possible before paying a dime. What do you think is the best oil pump gear? What do you think is the best crank sprocket? What injector should I get with my car for this target horsepower? And Devin, Nardi, Jr., and all the guys go out of their way to really give these people attention. And then this is the word, or this is the next thing that those potential customers say because they haven't paid yet. Well, I'm really in between you, this company, and this company with tuning. Who should I go with? Could you imagine you go to Ruth Chris and what are your best cuts? Well, this, and this. Well, where are the cows raised? Where do you get them from? Well, we get them from this and this and this. What kind of like seasoning do you put on your steak? Well, that, this, and this. Okay, well, you know what? It's between you, a double quarter pounder with cheese, and a Whataburger, an onion burger. Tell me why I should buy a Ruth Chris steak over a Whataburger onion burger or a McDonald's double quarter pounder with cheese. Do you think Ruth Chris is going to go, well, sir, we really need you to understand that we have high... They're going to say, get the fuck out of here, asshole. They're going to tell you to go suck dick. So when I see that...
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm going to fuck you out right now.
When I see that those people up there at Lund Racing are having issues with customers just like I'm having issues with customers, I hate it that it happens, but it makes me feel good because that means everyone is having issues over there. And sometimes the customer fucks up. Sometimes the customer orders for the wrong year. So when I see something suspect in the ticket system, I have to ask the question. And I hate having to ask the question. One of the biggest pet peeves I have is that people buy a no tune required intake. And they think that now that you're getting a tune, that you have to remove the insert to make more power. For example, Roush intakes. Roush intakes come configurable in two ways. You have an insert that you can run with a stock tune, and it's going to run great. And the open air element and the slightly better designed elbow is going to flow more air. So then they get a tune, and they're like, it says in the system, what do you have on the car? A Roush intake with the insert installed. So it says Roush with insert. 19 GT manual stock vehicle. He wants a tune. He has a Roush intake with an insert. So now normally I would just send the tune. But now I can't do that anymore. Because now I have understood how the customer works. The customer now thinks, now I'm getting a tune. So I'm going to automatically remove the insert. And that'll make it now a tune required Roush. And I'm good. Okay, so I send the tune without asking them any questions. Law comes back 30% lean. I go, why is your car 30% lean? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you have a Roush without an insert. I'm sorry, with an insert. So why is your car 30% lean? Oh no, I took the insert out. So now I could go in depth and tell them, why the fuck did you do that? Or I could just shut the fuck up, send the tune update, and get on with my life. And that's what I do. So now what do I do when I see 19 GTM stock vehicle Roush with insert? I ask, are you intending on removing the insert? Yes or no? They go, of course. Then I don't waste my time. So I'm happy that I saw the guys for a couple of days. The Dakota has a nice fucking 3/4 ton Dodge Cummins. Everyone seems to be doing good. Nardi's looking good. You know, Junior still kept the weight off from when we did the challenge. Devin's looking good. Everyone's doing good. And I was able to lighten the parts load that the Lunds had over there. Picked up a set of Bellax, picked up the Turbo 400, picked up some front skinnies. So now I owe him like $10,000. Hello, says Jay Bush. Punching the like button and going to catch a replay in the AM. Got an early day tomorrow. The B-word gear made my motor almost sound like it had knocked. Luckily, no damage. Sound went away after swapping them out. Aolo says, I got my LRX and tuned my car. Press to change tire gear ratio. Why do you do that? Why do you fucking do that? Don't touch anything on the LRX, please. I know. Why'd we get the device? To flash a tune and monitor. You tell your tuner, I switched my gear ratio. Do I have to do anything? Stop going into the LRX and touching stuff. What the fuck is it there for? To monitor and flash shit. You are not a tuner. There is no gear ratio change. Stop. Just because it's in the menu doesn't mean, you know, there's a way of like resetting this motherfucker. You know, there's a way of like going in there and like resetting shit and catching it on fire. People love touching stuff. There needs to be a device that we make that has one button. Flash. That's it. Log. And then you take the device and you update it on your computer. 2 fucking buttons. Flash. Oh, I don't want that. Why the fuck do you want anything? So I can monitor shit. What do you want to monitor? Do you know what you're looking at? Do you know what the fuck? Some people put the E85 tune on the car and lose their ever flipping mind. They absolutely lose their shit. Oh, it's fucking 9.9 air fuel ratio. Oh, shit, it's going to blow up. Do you think the stock center air fuel display knows what the fuck you're doing? Well, it's got an E85 tune in there. Let me just switch over to Lambda. No, it doesn't know a goddamn thing. It just knows shit. Shit's sweet. AFR is really fucked up. And you're staring that gauge down. Oh my God, 9998. And then you go out up in throttle and you go 8.7. What the fuck is 8.7? This thing's gonna explode. It's so fucking rich. Stop looking at shit. Take your device, data log. If the tuner goes back and says everything looks good, any concerns, and you go, no, stop looking at data you don't understand. You don't understand shit. Do you go up to the cockpit of an airplane and go, what the fuck are all these gauges? What's an altimeter? Oh my God. The wings aren't level. No, you don't do that. You shut the fuck up and have your Bischoff cookies and your shitty coffee in fucking poor class in the Spirit Airlines fucking plane. Shut the fuck up. Act like you're in a plane. Sit the fuck down. Get your cookie. And shut the fuck up. I started touching things and something. I started touching stuff and other things fucked up. Stop touching stuff. Kevin, make it shock the shit out of you when you press the wrong button. The new Apple handheld tuning device, one button. Hey man, I'm going to change my gear ratio. Should I call my tuner since it's an automatic Gen 2 car so he can make sure that the gear... Nope! Go into the device and start touching shit. Oh my God. Is there a certain way you have to balance front runners? Fuck. It's one of those days, guys. Holy shit. I leave. I don't come in on a Thursday, and the peasants really do show up. The glove box is a good place for the LRX when not flashing. Yes, we do, sir. Yes, we do. My device hasn't left the glove box since it's been tuned. I have not. Since I E85 tuned the 13 GT, I haven't done a goddamn thing. I haven't even looked at the Engage. So today, what did I do? I replaced the PCV fittings with UPR billet ones for a dash 10 line because I had a dash 10 catch can here. So that's why I got those fucking fittings, because I already had the catch can. Everyone's like, why didn't you buy the replacement ones? Oh, so then I have to buy a whole new catch can? Or I can use the one I got, get the right fittings, and I'm good. People blow me away sometimes. So I did that, and I capped the cold air inlet where the PCV from the passenger side went to it. I turned the car on, plugged in the N-Gauge, looked at the fuel trims. They were within 2%, put it back in the glove box. I'll never see it again unless I make a change. Bro just got flamed for a mistake. Why are people touching things? You know, I guarantee if you get 10 people in a room, and in the room, there's a big red button. And underneath the red button, it says, everyone will die in this room if you touch this button. There is 100% chance, just because curiosity killed the cat, some dumb son of a bitch will touch that button. I don't touch anything I'm not instructed to touch. And that goes for everything. Dudes be looking at AFR gauge with the Whipple 24 cluster on E30 and think it's not running leaned out. What's going to happen is this. Exactly. Huge ass tits says, oh, my AFR gauge says 10.9 on the Whipple tune and E30. It's got plenty of headroom. Meanwhile, the short-term fuel trims are going 10%, 10%, 10%, 11%, 12%. But AFR is fine. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. For those of you that fly, Brandon, Dakota, Senior, for those of you that fly, let's say these are your wings, right? And you're flying your airplane. Now, I don't know much about airplane terminology, but I'm going to try to make sense of it. Let's say there's a trim tab, and there's a way to monitor how much the airplane is trimming to keep the wings level. And in normal, circumstances, it's plus or minus 5%, meaning the trim tab is going up or down 5% to keep the wings level. But let's say now the trim tabs or the trim numbers are close to 30%. And you're going, I don't care. It's flat. The wings are level. I don't give a fuck if the trim tab is pegged out, or the trim number, or the trimming mechanism is at the end of its screw, or whatever it is. You don't think there's something wrong for the trims that usually hang out at 5% to all of a sudden now be correcting 10 times the amount or 5 times the amount, and you're just going to ignore that number? That's the problem. No one out there with the 24 Mustang can see the fuel trims unless they're looking at it live on a data log. And then they're going to be looking at it at wide open throttle, which would be really stupid that you're looking to the left or to the right at your laptop at wide open throttle while it's going through the gears, looking at the fuel trims, and the fuel trims are putting in 10%. And you think, it's all good. AFR is 0.77. I shouldn't be concerned. Get them likes up. Peasant says 6R RCSB. Bryson Witt says, y'all better be careful. You touch the wrong thing, you might end up on the Dateline, catch a predator. Hey guys, says Yamidi. When I make sharp turns, I hear clunking noise from the front passenger area. The car's brand new, 400 mile only. Any thoughts? Bring me back to the dealership and tell them exactly that thing. If the car is brand new, has 400 miles, you bring the car back to the dealership. Hey Alex, so it says sarcasm. Hey Alex, you get XYZ part for your setup. I'm your number one stan. I really know what I'm talking about. Will you ever get into the BMW game when Mustangs run its course? I don't think so. I would be... Yamidi, just fucking sell that fucking thing, an S650, and it's clunking. Take it to the dealership, bro. It's a brand new car, the best Mustang ever made, according to every YouTuber. Take it back to the dealership with its clunking having ass. So, I'm kind of blown away that... Where the fuck was I before that? I will never get into the BMW game because I'm going to be honest with you, that would be disingenuous of me. I think if you're going to get into the BMW game, you should have been in it a long time, because I don't want to try to come across as an expert on a platform that I'm Johnny come lately. Mustangs are my thing. Okay. And I'm going to ride out with that wave. If the ZR1 is cool, but you don't see me going backwards and trying to teach you anything about the Corvette game. I just like the ZR1 specifically. BMWs to me. Okay. the people that are into Mustangs now are not people that were into Mustangs 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Guys that were into Mustangs 5 years ago, while gay, raced. Now, it's not about racing. It's about doing dumb shit to be seen. Whether you put a big dumb wing in it, whether you stance it out like a homo, whether you do just some of the dumbest things for clout, as opposed to for racing. So, the modern BMW guy is a douchebag, like a massive douchebag. And I'm not leaving the Mustang platform. I'm going to stay in it, but I'm not going to rah the new shit, because to me, the clientele has changed. To me, the clientele has become more of a clout chasing clientele. They're telling you to, they're putting bead locks on NA cars. Like bead locks on NA cars. Bead locks. Oh, Alex, your car was the Fox body, the 10-second NA Fox body. That's what you're comparing it against. Do you still have the RC truck? Yes, I still have the RC truck. Afternoon Alex, Afternoon Alex is harder than morning Alex. Hey Theo, can you tune my Gen 3? I just added stainless steel lines. Flangel guy says, damn, 7% fuel tunes was something I should reach out to my tuner for? No, I never said that. Oh my God. Can I make it for another hour? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Can I be frank says, all car culture is gay now. So, when you're dating and you tell the girl you have a Mustang, she immediately thinks you're a fucking douchebag. Because all she sees is cars crashing into crowds, kids with Starlight headliner, Pikachu, or some stupid fucking Dragon Ball Z character hanging out the hood by the muffler. Like real stupid stuff. And she's my Shelby, and she's like, oh, this is like a normal Mustang. Like, yeah. She sees the S197. She goes, oh, it's not one of those gay Mustangs. And I hate that, because I think the Gen 2 is a wonderful platform. But once the Gen 2 and up became a thing, it just caught the eye of like the JDM, the Korean people, the Korean car people, the people that maybe graduate from their Elantra to their N series, whatever the fuck, and then they go, well, fuck it, let me get into a Mustang because it's gay, but at least it's fast gay. Can y'all tune the throttle delay on the 23 F-150? It has about a 2-second initial delay when you get on the throttle. It's bone stock. I just hate the delay. You did a great job with my SI-50. We can't tune an inherent drive-by-wire delay. 2 seconds? No fucking way. I think you are fucking lying. So when you leave a light and you floor it, 1, 2, then it takes off? Like, guys, okay, let's do it. Let's do it together, okay? Here we go. 1, 2. Then it takes off. That's what you're saying is happening? Cali Racing says, hey, what's up, Alex? I just cracked the water jacket on my 12 ball 302, making 908 horsepower on a VMP Gen 3. Who would you recommend to build a 1200 horsepower Coyote, FFRE, and nobody else? When Mustangs are out, there's always a Demon 170. Florida's hot. Feels like it's 110 degrees out. Oh, Florida's hot in the fucking summer. Who knew? Joey G says, Alex, I removed the check valve from the passenger PCV going to the catch can. It was super easy. Thanks, bro. Good. Removing it is easy. I just needed to get the fittings in there so that I can use my existing catch can. Do I need a tune out there for the bead locks? American Muscle now sells the LRX with a Lund tune. Yes, they do. Meanwhile, I hook find on the street wheel combo. Oh my God. Every time you get riled up, you remind me of Rob Corddry. Don't know who the fuck that is. Alex, I might need a retune to... I just took out my AC. Alex, early Gen 1 has random misfire. I don't know why did you... What did you say that can be tuned out? Alex, Gen 1 has a random misfire. I don't know why. But did you say that can be tuned out? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. A random misfire on a Gen 1? So you're saying you have a bone stock Gen 1, like I do. And on a Lund tune, it has a misfire, like I have a Lund tune and there is no misfire, and you're asking it can be tuned out. There's a reason about my Gen 1. I've never owned a 6R80 Gen 1 car, but I've never owned a bone stock car that's an older platform that's becoming pretty easy to get now. They're under $15,000 with high miles. And people make complaints about the dumbest shit. And I'm like, I have the vehicle. I have our tune on it, and there is no issue. First, 2013 to the 8s has now become the first bag 2024 with butt cheek shift knob and gay bar underbody lights. Hey Alex, tips on advice on swapping a 321 into my 11 GT. What advice do you want? Key 216, Kev 216. Hey Alex, any tips or advice on swapping a 321 on my 2011 Mustang GT? So you have a 321 and you want advice how to put it in? Tell me what you want. What's the best tire for my car? What's the best supercharger? Pro Charger or VMP? I don't even know this is like a failure of the education system. What do you want me to advise you on? If you have a 321, you put it in. The peasant chat is living up to its name. He probably has it in rain mode. Give him the throttle cable from the ass tune. That's good shit. It's seriously over a second. No joke. You're lying. You're lying. There's no fucking way a drive-by-wire car is a second. Take a timer and simultaneously floor it and start the timer and hit it again when the truck starts to move. I bet you is like 0.3 seconds. What degree of rear camber do you recommend for NA car drag racing? Stock, bro. Stock. Fucking stock. What the fuck you think you're doing? Like, see, you meaty. You think you're at the point of needing camber changes on a stock S650? Because I'm about to tell the guys to get rid of you because you sound ridiculous. Austin got the two-step from a dead stop from the factory. Exactly. Can I switch from Nardi to you as my tuner? Nardi tunes very easy combos. And Ices, I'm going to tell you something. When Nardi has a question, Junior's behind him. When you come into the office, it's Nardi, Junior, then Devin, Brandon, Dakota. So Nardi goes, hey, I'm having this issue. Junior goes, blah, blah, blah. Nardi makes the changes. Boom. And he's using a Lund file. There is not going to be a difference between my tuning and his tuning. Now, what can I offer over maybe other people? My experience, right? Like my experience, I have certain changes I make based on what I like, but I don't know what you like. I have no idea what you like. I got people saying, can you give me advice on a 321 setup? Advice on what? Advice on what? So my tuning expertise when I start adjusting is going to be based on my experience and maybe if I can sort of decipher what you want. You know what I'm saying? Just ordered my MBRP resonator deleter. Going to have Turvy install it for me too. Turvy Racing. Have you ever come across an RPM dropping at a stop after driving a while on a 6R80? Never stalls, just drops RPM and comes back. Only when there's been an issue with the resistor that has to do with the fan. Nixon Tarpia actually vetted this on his Gen 1. He ended up having an issue where the fan is supposed to come on softly. But sometimes the fan comes on abruptly. And it rears its ugly head in the summertime when you have the AC on. And it's hot outside. And let's just say it's sucking in hot air and it's not super happy. So the only time I've seen it be an issue is when the fan comes on suddenly, there's a big voltage draw, it drops RPM slightly, and then it comes back, but not always. So as always, data log the condition. If you're being tuned by Lund, send it into Lund and video it at the same time. Wait. You're saying my tuner's in the back? Like the slow kid on the bus? Hey, Alex, I'm tuning my long tubes with... E.T. Bison says, hey, Alex, I'm tuning my long tube with nitrous. Can you tune out the long tube and make it an LS? Some of you guys are pretty creative with your bullshit. Insert Ryan Gosling, what do you want? Car's knocking. Can you disable that in the tune? It's the same guy that asked the balancing the front skin. He said, just a trap seat on my pedal. Yeah, I think he's being stupid. Let me ask you the stupidest question possible. I hope I get a serious answer. Hey, Alex, can you tune my LRX so when you actually tune it, it'll be more saucy? Okay, get rid of this guy. Bryson, JD, get this guy the fuck out of here. Fucking dumb.
He tried to steal money.
Stupid.
And he's a fucking asshole.
He's a fucking
That's
asshole.
what I say.
That's a, yeah.
He's
yeah.
a fucking asshole.
He's a fucking
he
asshole.
tried to keep the attention for him, not for Munguia. He's a fucking asshole. He steals his fighters. That's what he do. Fucking pussy. motherfucker.
That's right. Fuck out of here.
I'm here for you too, motherfucker.
Go balance your fucking tires. Get the fuck out of here, stupid. Get that fucking guy out of here. Hey, Alex, my vibrator has a 1 second delay. Would you be able to tune that out? Having the same issue, I think it could be the solenoid VCT solenoid, says Victor Sardone. Keep in mind, if you get Alex as a tuner, he'll be glad to tell you to go fuck yourself. Yeah, I will gladly tell you to go suck my fat brown dick. See, I have a lot of patience. But the nice thing about going on Lund racing is you're reminded that you don't need to have a lot of patience. like, what are your options? And I'm not saying it as we do have leverage. But if you want the best tuning possible, you have to be on our program. Meaning, you have to do what we want. And if you don't want that, that's absolutely fine. You can go over to fucking Whataburger or Wendy's and get yourself a fucking double quarter pounder. But if you want Ruth Chris, you sit down, you get it. All you get is the only choice you get is the temperature. Okay, we got the best steaks in town. What do you want? Medium, medium well? That's it. That's it. You rare, medium, or medium. Actually, it's rare and medium. There's no other choices. And you shut the fuck up and you go, I want it medium or I want it rare. That's it. And then you get the fucking side. That's it. You don't get the, well, you know, for daily driving, I want 285, 35, 19. But for racing, I want 265, 60, 15. I want 265, 60, 15 camp. 265, 260, 275, 60, 15 pump gas. 275, 60, 15 E85. 275, shut the fuck up. 275, 60, 15 race, and a street tire tune. Get the fuck out of here with your 80 fucking tunes. Well, I paid for them. No, you didn't. You paid for one. Dude has Starlight Headliner. I think the head gas. Fuck! Fuck me, bro. You know, will everything bolt up with no issues for a 3-2-1? I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. If it's a Gen 3 bottom end, it's a Coyote Gen 3 bottom end. If you put Gen 2 heads on it, the proper Gen 2 heads, and then you put the Gen 1 timing components, when you put it in the fucking car, okay, when you're saying bolt up, what do you mean, bolt up? See, I need specifics. I need you to say, Alex, I'm doing a 3-2-1 setup. Will the heads fit perfectly on the bottom end without anything special? Will the Gen 1 timing component? See, I need specifics. But you're going, do I need anything different on a 3-2-1? Like, happy Sunday, Valley 10 speed. Valley 10 speed. Okay, so Valley 10 speed, in his Instagram story, posted what I think is probably the stupidest fucking race stipulation I've ever seen in my life. Now, Valley 10 speed, correct me if I'm wrong. You bet a Camaro to go 60 to 160, and he spun on the hit, and because you were ahead by a 747, and he never got back on it. Like, he was way the fuck back there. You got up to 150 mile an hour. When you came back, he didn't want to pay you because you didn't hit 160? Is that correct? He says, yo, I got to see the GoPro footage. I want to make sure you went to 160. Wait, dude, you spun and you let off. You didn't go to 160. Well, I'm not going to pay you until I see a GoPro of you going to 160. You spun. I won. I went 150 and there's cars in front. And you were mad and don't want to pay because I didn't go to 160? Is that true? Because if that's true, I would never race again. Because if that's the bullshit that's out there, where you on the hit, go, he spins, almost crashes, he's done, he's out of the race, he's done. You stay in it till 150 something, come back around, he goes, let me see the GoPro, I want to make sure you went. So, I want to make sure that when you beat me, you hit 160 miles an hour. Well, you were in front, but you didn't hit 160. Dude, I'm done. If that's what's happening out there, don't ever race again. How can we teach these kids? Well, everything built up to a 3-2-1. What the fuck does that even mean? I know. Sal Mackey. What's up, Sal Mackey? How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Yeah. Oh, Alex, I'm pushing my centrifugal blower to the max. What is the next mod that could give me good horsepower without changing the head unit? It's a Gen 2 car equipped with all the supporting mods. Cams. You said horsepower. You didn't say anything about torque. You didn't say about going faster. If you put cams in the bitch, it'll make more horsepower. Oh, bro, the peasant chat is living up to its name. Valley was coming up on traffic too. Valley 10 speed, bro, just make the transition back to straight side-by-side dig racing. Valley 10 speed said, yeah. Oh my God, is that what happened? So imagine, okay. Valley 10 speed, the Camaro. 1, 2, 3. Traffic, cars are coming. He lets off at 152. Boom. This guy's like idling, going back to the Kroger or the fucking Winn-Dixie or whatever the fuck parking lot. Blah, blah, blah. He never even made it to 80, right? Come back. All right, where's my money? Oh, no, Holmes, I want to make sure you made it to 160 because I'm not going to fucking pay you until we see the GoPro say 160. What the fuck? Quit racing. For some Duncan side of moaning for all these terrible questions, will the 321 bolt onto the wall tools? With the wall tools. What in the homeless shelter bullshit is that? Who came up with that logic? Race is over when the first guy lets off. Right. Nos baby, what's up with everyone gonna catch the replay? What's up, Nardi Mercado? Nice to see you here, brother. More fuel. Betting money on a roll race is AIDS. Alex, you ever seen these Indian videos of the dirty street food? Yeah. It's like super Instagram. Let me see. Bro, I don't know how Indians think like their cuisine is good. Like you have Indian street food, you have ingested shit and piss. Like, have you seen how they prepare the street food? It's shit and piss. It's unbelievable. It's like super Ray or super something. Super SUPPA. Super. Is it Super Ray? Is it Super Ray? He's like, yeah, shit in it. I gotta find it. Where is it? Can someone send me a link of the Indian street food and the guys are literally taking a piss before they go ahead and make like a shit sandwich? Like, hey, here's a shit sandwich. It's nothing but diarrhea. I hate Indian street food. I hate the thought about Indian street food. I hate anything on the street being made by hand unless it was like packaged. I don't know. I don't like any street food. I think it's fucking weird. I even think taco trucks are weird. I'm sorry. I think taco trucks are fucking weird. I don't think the food in that taco truck is necessarily fresh. I think there's some shenanigans. Like, how do you have that much food in a fucking... Like, don't you go to a diner and you're like, how the hell do you guys have coconut cream pie, a steak, a Reuben sandwich, pancakes? Like, you have everything ever in history. Every time I watch those racing channels, it just makes me hate people more. Indian food is like baby shit in a diaper. Bro was coming on oncoming traffic. Can you tune the bicycle tires on my Mustang? He should have told that Camaro driver, what's up, ninja? You want to squabble? That guy should never race again. I don't know you, man. And you're going to get mad because people are going to clip this and send it to you. You don't know what racing is. You lost. Just because of pride, you should have paid up. Pride. Damn. My suspension setup is not good because on the hit, it just spun. Here you go, Valley. Carlos Vergara. You won. Good race. Good shit. See you next time. Now you have everyone's respect. Now everyone goes, that dude is legit. He paid. He spun. It's all good. But the moment you spin, you lose. And you go, I'm not paying you until I see 160. I'm good. No, Street Taco, what kind of Mexican are you? I'm telling you, I think those are shit. I love you. I fucking think they're shit. Every time I go to a car show and there's a taco truck there and the guy behind the counter looks super suspect, I'm good. Alex, I'm doing a Gen 4. Will my Gen 1 heads from a Chevy Tahoe that I've had sitting in the yard from Texas Speed fit? I've been waiting 2 years to race that car. fully bolted on 2650 on nitrous. But now, I'm officially done roll racing. Valley 10 speed, concentrate on the track shit. The street is full of losers. Do you ever notice when a street motherfucker shows up to a track, he ain't shit? You ever notice that? Oh, well, he's a track racer. Well, just like a track racer goes to the street and he ain't shit. Well, he sticks to the track. So you stick to the street. So if you want to be legit, you got to go to a track and do your track shit. This is why. You have timers. You have red lights. You have boards that light up to tell you who the winner is. It shows a trap speed. I'm sorry. Yeah, it shows a trap. It shows a trap. I'm not going to say speed because Elver Galarga is going to be confused as fuck. And it shows an elapsed time in seconds. So why would you want to race a Instagram group chat hero rather than push your business to the next level by showing what you can build and race it at a track? It ain't worth shit racing on the street. And that's why I was like, oh, yeah, you want to race? No. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? I don't know who the fuck you are. Never heard of you. You're popular in your fucking hood. Ain't cool. Race motherfuckers from your hood. Never heard of you in my fucking life. I gotta race you. I remember there was a guy here that was like, Alex, let's line up for fun. He had a Turbo LS Fairmont. Let's line up for fun. I'm like, no. Who the fuck are you? Why should I race you? Who are you? Because this is what's going to happen. He's going to keep it all cool in person. What's up, man? I'm a big fan. I watch every single show. I'm actually part of your Patreon. Man, I'll suck your cock. It's all good. Oh, cool. Want to line up? Yeah, fuck it, for fun. Cool. And let's say I spin or, he beats me. The next fucking day, you're going to have jump cuts. You're going to have Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, on the background. You're going to see my clips talking shit. He's going to edit it in such a way that I was talking shit on him. And he's going to be like, I beat YOLO. Fuck YOLO. He ain't shit. LS for the win. I don't fuck with anybody. Absolutely. That ET breaks their hearts. Motherfuckers think running 9s when they're really running 11s. KPH. Verga larga. Pobre verga larga. I was saying that to my girl earlier. No way I'll eat out of any food truck. Food trucks to me are weird. I'm sorry. Food trucks to me are weird. Refried beans to me look like something that was eaten out of regurgitated and reheated again and again. Why do Mexicans grind down their beans? Bro, they look fine. Why the fuck do you make it brown mash? Why do Mexicans eat everything, or everything they eat has to look like diarrhea? Oh, do you have beans? Yeah, here's beans. Ew, they're whole. Please make it look like mashed up baby shit. Okay. Oh, delicious. Orale Holmes, I want some corn with paprika and mayonnaise. Excuse me? No, sir, we just serve corn on the cob here. No, it's okay. It's really easy to make it absolutely disgusting just like we like it. Because we don't want to have to push when we get on the toilet. We just sit and it slides right out. So you get some mayonnaise, right? And you put paprika on it and a little oregano. And then we call that an elote. And you know when it's the best? When it's 100 degrees outside. A mayonnaise covered paprika with oregano, corn on the cob is refreshing when it's hot outside? Yup. What part of it is refreshing? The mayonnaise, the paprika, the hot corn on the cob? Oh, it's when I have diarrhea later. I sweat and the wind I cool down. 2017 MT82 car. I love how people get serious. 2017 MT82 car with a Vortec making 800 horsepower. I know it's a time bomb, but with the trans. Ben Calamer Stage 3 or just cry once, buy once, T56. Ben Calamer Stage 3. When you say buy once, cry once, let me ask you a question. Do you think a stock 3 T56 is better than a G-Force geared Ben Calamer Stage 3? Next thing you know, you're getting clowned for getting beat on a friendly race. Exactly. I want to race your ZL1 with my stick shift 37. Should be a fair race. Roach Coach got that name for a reason. I want to race your Tune Gen 1 with my stock Gen 2 before I start modding it. Who cares? Don't forget the 2 pounds of cheese that's added. Doesn't matter, Ryan's Garage. Roach Coach for real. I'd rather eat out of Rosie O'Donnell than from a food cart. Wonder if the digital dashes you can get to say TPH instead of MPH. Gotta see my traps per hours. Frijoles puercos are fire, though, tío. Stop it. Frijoles puercos. Frijoles puercos. What the fuck is that? Come on, bro. This is disgusting. You guys are gross. You know, thank God for boxing, because if it was for boxing, your culture is fucking weird. This, you like beans to look like pre-diarrheaed diarrhea. The name is pig. Frijoles puercos. Guys, this is disgusting. Look at this. Y'all eat that? The consistency comes out exactly like that. When you look back in the toilet, it looks exactly like it went in. When something goes in and comes out looking exactly like it went in, your body didn't process anything. This is actually a toilet someone photoshopped after fucking. This is a plate they photoshopped on a toilet down shot. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for boxing and you're women with big asses, I don't know, you have no saving grace. It cools you down when you get the chills from the food poisoning. Elotes are disgusting. You Mexicans, si no fuera por el culo de la mujer que ustedes tienen el boxeo, you guys don't got shit going on. Stage 3 swamp ass right there. Parece una diarrea, brother. Ben Calmer stage 3 is legit, beating on mine for a few years down. I ran $9.99 this weekend. Congratulations. The fuck do I care? I ran $9.99. Oh, well, let me stop the fucking show. Thanks. He's not even a member, bro. Hey, Alex, who made that adapter for Hush Money to use the Whipple 132? Jacob, Powered by the Hour. Diabetes truck, what the fuck is that? Bro said potty meat. Yeah, it's good. Frijoles puercos is basically a smoothie. Yeah. You know, Cubans are fucked up too. So, somebody was talking to me about ropa vieja. And I was like, I'm not going to eat anything that translates to the words old clothing. Could you imagine you're like, man, tú sabes lo que yo quiero ahora, people? Ropa vieja. So, ropa vieja is just as stupid. Ropa vieja is basically ground up meat. And it looks just like fucking diarrhea. You motherfuckers love making diarrhea before you shit. Right here, ropa vieja. Mira, people. No sé cómo pinga, un poquito de ropa vieja. This is gross. I'm sure it tastes wonderful. But if you have a cuisine that's called dirty, nasty, old clothes, ropa vieja, mátate, coño. Fucking, could you imagine you're going to go to a restaurant and get, can I get clapped out ass cheeks? What's that? Well, it's basically a bagel with cream cheese. like that's what I love about the English language. You know, there isn't really, unless you guys can come up with something that ropa vieja is disgusting in terms of the name. So imagine you're in Cuba or wherever, and someone goes, "Hey man, you really got to try the ropa vieja," and you're like, "Ropa vieja, dirty old clothing?" Yeah, it's really delicious. Why is it called old clothing? Frijoles puerco. Puerco frijoles. Get the fuck out of here. What about frijoles charros? Looks like ringworms. I'm good. Cubans think they invented the ham sandwich. Right. Café. Oh my God. Café cubano. Café cubano. Espresso? No. It's cubano. Why is it Cuban? Shut up. I have a T56 with the 410 now. Still feels like it doesn't rip as hard as my my MT82 with the 373. MT82 has tighter gears for sure. That's what it's called for real. Yes, it's called ropa vieja. Sorry. But burrito is so delicious. Burrito. Meek Mill mashed potatoes. Meek Mill mashed potatoes. Could you imagine? Say, can I get the Diddy? What's in the Diddy? Sausages, eggs, and I think there are two types of people. Those who have no problem going in a porta potty and those who will never go in a porta potty. I will never shit in a porta john. ever in my life. I would rather have it become part of my body again while I hold it in than to go to a fucking porta-john so I can stack turds with my brethren. Oh, there's a porta-john right there. Just go. Oh, the one that I look down and there's a mountain of shit? Yeah, okay, I'm good. I'll get to the hotel where Consuela cleaned it up. Fuck all that. Cody, the T-56 has much longer gears than the MTD2. Worked with a Cuban, told me in Cuba he ate the best steak sandwiches for lunch. In school, found out it was old sandals, marinated and seasoned. Oye, people, aquí como en Cuba. En Cuba, la comida mucho más mejor en Cuba. So, I went out with a girl. She's a good person. She just said some of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. She goes, have you ever had Cuban pizza? I go, Cuban pizza. Cuban pizza. Yeah, it's the best. I'm like, what's the best about Cuban pizza? She goes, well, when you go back to Cuba, if you ever go to Cuba and they hand you a pizza on a leaf, I go, pizza on a leaf? She goes, yeah, they take a palm leaf and use it as a plate. I go, why don't you just use a plate? She said, well, there's no plates over there. I'm like, well, how are you making the pizza if there's no plates? Like, you have the ingredients for a pizza, but you don't have plates? So you take a leaf and you serve it on a leaf that has bugs, pesticides, bird shit, frog shit, ant shit, and you eat it out of that? Yes! I go, man, get the fuck out of here. So every single time I go eat pizza, I'm like, go good with this pizza? A fucking leaf. And she got mad. Like, how can you get mad at me? You just said to have a pizza on a leaf. Oh my God. I'd rather risk it instead of hitting on the porta exact stack turds with my brethren. I'm not stacking turds with my, especially track guys. Ladies, you have no idea what comes out of a man's ass out of track. You understand what's out of track? It's Bud Light, ice cream, hot dogs, and soda and beer. So every single track, you go to the bathroom, you hear people's guts getting honed the fuck out in the bathroom. Like cheeks, butthole, claps, you name it, it sounds disgusting. It is, women would never date men if they actually heard how they shit. Never. You don't like playing turd Jenga in the blue water? Cuban beef is made of rats. Nah, bro, the office life is wild. People be playing battle shits. Cubans don't got no pizza no more. Poison ivy pepperoni. Bro, when she said, they gave you pizza on a leaf. I go, pizza on a leaf. Mi ropa vieja doesn't look like that. Soupy shit. Post diarrhea. Don't forget the chicken tenders. Nothing goes better with pizza than a health certificate with an A on it. Sorry I'm late. I'll catch a replay, says EPA. Sounds like EcoBoost in there. That weight reduction with the beer and hot dogs. So if you go, let me see, where is, so if you go to a track and the moment, why is it that the moment you open the door, you hear this? It's like the chicken tenders were bought in I hear Tony knocking on the door. It's like Tony's tapping on the door. Just making sure. So the chicken tenders are delivered in a fucking pallet. They're frozen. Then they're thawed out in the back. Then they just throw them in a vat of oil, and then they just hand them out to people. Like, I don't even know if they're cooked half the time. When I was at Texas 2K, I was watching the guy make the burgers. I sat there waiting in line to get ice. And I was like, let me get 2 bags of ice, 2 20-pound bags of ice. And I was watching the guy very closely making burgers. Each slice of cheese had a little wax paper in between it. And one of them he had trouble taking out. No gloves. He was like, right? And then he's flipping the burger with his hand and the fucking spatula. And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Fuck all this. Don't forget about the photo finish shit job from chicken strips. Exactly. Gotta clean your system out. You're one of those uppity dudes. Oh yeah, I'm uppity. I'm uppity because I don't want syphilis up my asshole. I don't want to be sharing toilets. Why don't I just lower my pants and go cheek to cheek with every motherfucker in the track? Hey, instead of going to the porta-john and slamming my cheek down on the porta-john, why doesn't everyone put their fucking pants down and I go cheek to cheek, nut to nut with every homo here? Because sometimes your dick touches the seat, right? Unless you got no dick. And I'm like, no. Mate, when I sit on the toilet here, este bicho, esta pinga, rubs a little bit. So when you're in a porta-john and you're doing a photo finish and your balls rub on the front, what if the other guy's balls rubbed? What if there's an old pubic hair there, cheek to cheek? What if you had a sweaty ass and you sat on it? Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead, cheek to cheek with every motherfucker at the track, those healthy looking dudes at the track. Herpes all over that burger. Rizzy's like, what's the word on the S197 header? Bro, it's 101 outside. Who gives a fuck about the headers? Next time I walk in a racetrack bathroom and I don't hear that, I'm asking what he ate at the stand so I can avoid it. Don't get me started on the truck stop restrooms. It's horrible. Reggie Black says, be a man, slap cheeks with everyone. I see my band for band, cheek for cheek, dress to see, skid marks on the track toilet. The track should have hires Turvey for this Waffle House experience. Might as well use the trough, but do your balls hit the water? Bro, I'm good. I'm good with porta-johns. I'll pee in it because it's hilarious. Because now they have porta-johns that have a little side. How the fuck did we get on the subject? It's racing. Now porta-johns have a urinal. I think it was John Jr. John, I'm sorry if this is not true, but I remember that you used the porta-john one time and you didn't know that that little side thing was the urinal. And it basically just funnels back into the same thing, but he just like peed in it. And I think they do that so you can avoid looking at the shit you're pissing on. Women have no idea how good they have it. My wife loves when you play the Diddy clip. She does it. She probably hates it, and you want me to play it over and over. This is me going cheek to cheek with everybody at the clap. There you go. Everyone can get my ass cheeks. Fuck. Yeah, might as well. It's like sitting on the porta-john. Fuck out of here. Hello, how's the family? Can you imagine? Stop it, Nardi. I'm not going to say that. Bro. New meaning of blue balls. Don't forget the motherfuckers that use the urinal when the cheeks out, with their cheeks out anyway. Thought that was you when you thought. I thought that's where you wash your hands. Racetrack chili dogs and jelly beans. John was washing his hands in it. Yes, but have been at the track where someone shits in the porta urinal. Where can I get that pizza and leaf though? Let me see. Look this up. Let me see. Cuban pizza served on a leaf. Great girl, but goddamn it, she said that. I said this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, like ever. Let me see. No, there's no leaves, bro. She was like, oh yeah, it's on a leaf. I'm like, what do you mean on a leaf? And it's like shitty deep dish pizza. That's all Cuban pizza is. Shitty deep dish pizza. Cuban pizza. Yeah, it looks terrible. It tastes okay. It's not a pizza. Like, do you guys think this is a pizza? Like, when you think of pizza, do you think of fucking just una masa de queso? I mean, ¿qué carajo es eso? What the? Brother, ew. What's that? Could you imagine? Like, I want a pizza, and they show up with this? ¿Qué carajo es esto? Look, I love it. You know, yeah, I get it. You guys were disconnected from society for, I don't know, 60 years in the Castro years. That doesn't mean you have to maintain the shit that you learned while you were disconnected from society. Like, you know, there's running water. Alex, Gen 2 with the Paxton 200, 3.6 pulley, circle D converter, free flowing exhaust with a go 10s on 93. Ugh. You got a converter? Yeah, circle D converter, 3.6 pulley. I'm going to say yes, high 10s. Seen a video of this header company making flat plane style headers for Corvettes. Sounds weirdly good, but I doubt they'll take off. I bet. I'm not going to say it. Have you seen the 16 car pileup of Mustangs and Hemis that were racing on the highway? No. What's wrong with deep dish? Nothing wrong with deep dish, but that shit was deep dish. Looks like Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. That's a damn pie, ain't no pizza. That's a paper plate. My people are rolling in their grave trying to call that a pizza. Nixon Tarpia, you need to calm down. Your people put random cheese on areas of the pizza and leave other areas of the pizza cheeseless, right? You take mozzarella and you just throw it in random places. And I'm like, this spot doesn't have cheese. That spot doesn't have cheese. And then you throw whole basil leaves in there, like a whole fucking leaf. So, and then you burn it. That's right. You burn it. Like Italian brick oven pizza. Like the brick oven Italian pizza. It's y'all motherfuckers that got nothing to say. Like, I love you. You invented it, but it's stupid. Americans perfected that shit. They said, no, we got to cover the whole pizza. This is what you guys think is good. Mozzarella just randomly placed in areas and then a whole leaf in the middle. So y'all ain't much better. Look at you didn't even cover the whole fucking pizza in cheese. You know what's funny? Something like Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut just looks wonderful. Look at that. Completely covered in cheese. Tons of toppings. Just look at this. Round. Beautiful. A big fucking cookie. Oh my God, this looks so fucking delicious. Oh, America. Well, we make everything better, you know? That's right! Fuck Italian pizza! Oh, say, can you see by the dog's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last? Come on, everybody! Fuck everything else! We make everything better! Poppy Trump, come back, save us from this bullshit. Coño. That shit looks great, to be honest. It's evenly distributed cheese, evenly distributed toppings, and your choice of crust. Why the fuck am I gonna fly 4,000 miles so I can get random chunks of cheese on a pie that's burnt? Fuck all that. I love America. Could you imagine? People, just because you invented it doesn't mean it's the best. Okay? There are certain things that I'm trying to think what America didn't invent but perfected. Pretty much everything. Alex is an equal opportunity culinary racist. I can respect it. The stream is just about shitty food. It started talking about Mustang recalls, and then we talked about pizza on leaves. When it comes to the big name pizza companies, I like Pizza Hut. Me too. See, the funny thing about these chats is they're the best ones. When we stick to car stuff, it's great, but sometimes it gets stale and boring. Peasant chats are supposed to be fun. America, Emery, drain the swamp. America, where all your diabetes and heart problems come true. Little Caesars. I've never had a Little Caesars pizza. The reason I've never had a Little Caesars pizza is because it's oddly close to a Metro PCS and a laundromat. Do you know what I'm saying? This show should start with the anthem moving forward. Cereal before milk or milk before cereal? Cereal, then milk. If you put milk in your bowl first and then you let the cereal float on top, you're a fucking Nazi. Something's wrong with you. Something's the fuck wrong with you. You gotta drench the cereal in milk. You fly 4,000 miles for the fit women, not the pizza. They're only fit because they smoke. They have nasty teeth. Alex, eat a Cuban pizza on a leaf or an onion burger in Galveston? Oh, only rears. That is the question of the day. Do you eat a Cuban pizza on a leaf or an onion burger in Galveston? Cuban pizza on a leaf. One of the best episodes ever, Porta John and Pizza. Can't wait to rewatch this one. Joe Biden takes the bite of the burger and say, that's some good pizza. Bro, we just got back from Italy, and they don't even try with their pizza. Shit had a hexagon-shaped crust. They don't give a fuck anymore. Oh, it's as delicate as it's supposed to be. We got round pizza. So we want small, medium, large, 8, 12, 14. Want toppings? Bitch is done in 14 minutes. Did you see JD Swag make 2,000 horsepower on a stock cams in ECU? Oh my God. Let's talk about that. So, Lund Racing gets accused of a lot of things. But one thing I will never find anywhere else is when other tuners are making 1,700 or 2,000 horsepower from a small 302. So, Lund Racing posted the other day, JD Swag. This is motherfucker. JG. He said JD Swag. He said JD Swag make 2,000. I'm not going to play the song because I met this man. And I think he has money and connections. So I really don't want to fuck with him. Godfather said, after hard... I'm not going to do the accent. After hard work and learning a lot with a short period of time, I'm very grateful that with the level of modification and power of my car, really thankful to everyone that's helped. Still running on stock cams and heads. Stock cams and heads. The run was on a hot day. Gen 3 Aldo twin turbo kit. Turbo 400. 2,000 horsepower. 1,600 pound-feet of torque on a stock ECU. Lund Racing. Fuck anybody else. I love you guys. Fuck anybody else. That's actually their slogan. Fuck anyone else. Lund Racing. Just too swift. Stop it. Neighbors wondering what the fuck went from Cars to Leaf Pizza to Clap Cheeks and now National Anthem. The Cuban Pizza's fire as fuck as long as it's not in Cuba. You're right. El Palenque pizza is good as fuck. Deep dish pizza is the shit. Coyote Kelly's blasphemy. Hey, Alex, what was the dumbest question one has ever asked during tuning the car? I wouldn't say it's a dumb question. I think it's a very consistent comment. Is that it? Standard smoothing 20. Is it? Let me see. No. I think John made them make it. This is a hub dyno. It's not no, it's legit. The Lunds would not have posted it because I was up there when they were doing it, and Junior's like, this guy wants to make 2,000 horsepower. I said, let him. He goes, it's gonna take like 50 pounds of boost. I said, let him. It's his car. Let him fucking zing it to the moon. He wants to make 2,000 horsepower. That's his goal. Keep adding boost until it makes the number. Just data log everything. I'm sorry, did that say 6,800 RPMs? I think it's peak. Yeah, peak horsepower was at 6,800 RPMs. Peak torque was at 6,300 RPMs. FFRE Gen 3 motor. Sponsored by Triple J. My Little Caesars is next to the gym. New York style pizza is the best in my opinion, followed by Neapolitan style. I like thin crust shit. Badass shit, guys. Craig Walls, it wasn't me. It's Aldo, FFRE, and Lund Racing. That combo is pretty badass. Turbo Cobra says Gen 1 Coyote ID1300's full suspension ported Gen 3 10 rib 4 kit 4 Gen 3R 10 rib kit 4 level 2 kit E85 Circle D tuned by Lund. Can I be faster than my friend Eric Vega? We're ex coworkers. Gen 1 Kite, you're gonna run like 8 fucking 7 with that combo. A Gen 3R 6R80 Gen 1 car, you're gonna be a full fucking second quicker than him probably. What smartwatch are you using? Nothing right now, but it's a Samsung smartwatch. Sonny Nice says, I was junking. In Lund we trust. Hey, Alex, are you the first American who caught that sexually transmitted fungal disease? What is that? Nardi only running on Octanium, no gas, JD. So the TRC truck made, I hesitate to shout anyone out anymore, and this is why. If you're a fan or a follower of Lund Racing, there are certain companies we don't fucks with. So when you're tagging companies that we don't fucks with in a post that you tag Lund Racing in, that's fine. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I would think that you would be aware of what the beef is out there. So some people just don't. Some people just go, I'm just going to tag everybody because everyone helped on this project. And every company jumps in on a project like that because they know they're going to get eyes on it. But let me ask you guys a question, right? Lund Racing's Grey Goose is badass, right? Badass. What shocks are in it? What shocks are in it? Because when you want to go racing, you buy the best stuff available to you. You don't buy or you don't install what is given to you. Anytime something is given to you, you're kind of slowing yourself down a little bit. But at the end of the day, you have to realize, what do I need to do to go fast? And if I need to buy the best stuff, I'll buy the best stuff. So when you see somebody online run a number and they tag all these people, if I paid for a part, if Alejandro Flores paid for a part, they're not getting tagged. I paid for it. Why the fuck should I give them free promotion if I paid for the part and the car ran a number? Hey, my car that I built ran a number. Congratulations to me. No. So when you see this fucking thing go, I go, here we go. Here we go. All the affiliates trying to get a piece of the action. No. Sand tough. Sand tough. No Viking. Nothing against Viking. The stuff that's on the back of the Grey Goose is sand tough stuff. What the fuck is that? Who makes that? It's racing shit. It's legit racing shit. Sand tough shocks. Is there right here. Drag racing shocks, sand tough suspension components. So, people go, what the fuck? I've never heard of that. Is that on the Anything Coyote forum? No. This is Billy Badass racing shit. Right? This is just super Billy Badass stuff. This and Mensur, or AFCO valve Mensurs, that is Billy Badass stuff. So when I see somebody run a number, I pay attention to who they tag. And if they tag everyone and their mother, I'm like, okay, he got given those parts. And then when they don't tag anything and say, I ran a number, maybe they'll tag a converter company. Maybe they have their own business. Maybe someone like a Craig Walls would say, well, I work with certain people that, you know, my car runs a number and it's a known car. So maybe I'll shout out my motor builder because he gave me a little bit of a break on the deal. But when slow guys, meaning nines and slower, are tagging half of the Coyote world, that's on the Anything Coyote forum, that means they got given shit or got given discounts in, or they're trying to clout chase their way into some kind of sponsorship. PCMR says, hey, Alex, I'm on the 85 tune, but the long-term fuel trims are 9-10% at idle. I did a cam reset, but the results of what are the short trims? If the short trims are +1, +5, then that means you're a 5%. So if your short trims are 1.05, but your long trims are 9 to 10, I'm sorry, positive or low? Meaning, what if your short trims are 0.9 and your long trims are 0.9? 0.90 and your long trims are positive 10%. That means you're right within spec. I'm new to the stream and I've learned so much from you, and I watch while I'm at work, and I'm a GM guy, but I open my eyes to what a Coyote can really do, how to build them, and thank you so much, Stitchy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are S&W cages any good? Not really sure. Never really heard of them in that capacity. It's badass stuff, not 700 horsepower shit. If I run a number, I'm tagging the tuner. I turn the wrenches. If someone else deserves credit, and is the wizard behind the keyboard, then behind the keyboard doing the stuff that I can't do. Got it. Yeah, we can definitely crash that website. Damn, I thought Lund was running. Dude, no fast guys are running any of that shit. In my opinion, Facebook is just street stuff only. If you want to see racing shit, you have to get out. Couldn't have done it without my Motion Raceworks catch can. Could you imagine tagging Motion Raceworks on your 11-second car? Could you imagine you're a Instagram guy and you're like, man, this Motion Raceworks catch can really made a big difference when my car went from 11.9 to 11.89. I have Sandtuffs on the front and Mensur canisters on the rear of both of my... Oh, Craig Walls, why don't you get like the stuff from the Facebook guy? Hashtags are gay, period. That's a £. I agree, but it became a hashtag all of a sudden. All right, guys. I still got 1 minute. So today we talked about a lot of things. Number one, elotes are disgusting. Elotes should not be a thing. There is no way you are refreshed by eating a hot corn on the cob with mayonnaise, paprika, and oregano on top of the shit on a stick on the street. Like, that is the weirdest fucking thing. Second thing we talked about is shitting on a porta-john is equivalent to just touching cheeks with everyone at the track. Disgusting. So never shit in a porta-john. You're gross. Fuck you. Second, third, Ford is struggling still, but while having no competition, they're still having issues with Ford Mustang catching on fire because the barrel nut comes loose. Whatever the fuck that means. And we talked a little bit about everything. We talked about how Italian pizza is shit. Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars destroys authentic, burned, random cheese put on everything with a whole leaf in the middle pizza from Italy. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys Tuesday for Talking Shit Tuesday. We'll catch up on see what's going on with the Mustang world. I'll try to give you guys updates as I come across them. Again, guys, working on the car and actually filming what I do on the car is pretty impossible, so I'll try to get you updates, but I'm going to really hammer out this Fairmont, try to get the car becoming a rolling chassis, running and driving by the end of summer. So that's why I'm hammering away really quickly. So see if I can get at least a hit before the end of the year. That would be really amazing. Building it out of a 1-1 and 3 garages in Riviera Beach, because apparently that's like really bad for people that live like in Ohio. Imagine you live in Ohio and you make fun of a guy living in South Florida. Unbelievable. All right, guys, I'm on.